and put on last month a really excellent discussion of Somaliland with analysts. And we're so delighted to be partnering them to follow up with President Bihi. I also want to shout out to Max Webb, who graduated last semester. I was his thesis advisor, but he wrote a terrific thesis on Somaliland and its evolving international strategy, I think, which provided a lot of interesting insights into the agency of small states, or in this case, proto-states, let's say, in international relations. You're certainly going to get the story from our honored guest today, but for those relatively unfamiliar with Somaliland, it is de jure semi-autonomous region of the Federal Republic of Somaliland, but it has all the makings of a de facto state. A functional, stable, largely democratic government, its own currency, security forces, and its own foreign policy. But while it's declared its independence from Somalia in 1991, it has yet to win formal recognition as a sovereign state in the 30 years since. Somaliland has been able to build the institutions of state, hold largely democratic elections, maintain a level of security and stability that stands in stark contrast with much of its regional neighbors. And it's done so without a whole lot of external assistance or support. And as we'll hear, there's a great deal going on in the Horn of Africa these days, with regional conflict, shifting regional alliances and rivalries, and then external players from outside of Africa seeking influence. And at this moment, I think it's a good moment to look at Somalia to see if things may be changing. So we are so honored to welcome President Bihi for discussion of Somaliland, some of its challenges and its strategy for international engagement. I also want to welcome you and perhaps we can introduce I believe Minister of Foreign Affairs Secretary. Welcome. President Rashid Noor Daru. And I have others, but perhaps you can introduce yourselves to the rest of the delegation.
شكرا سعود.
شكرا اسماعيل Minister of Environment and Climate Change.
Minister of Environment and Climate Change for those of this.
Minister of Information.
Dr. John was there, British Advice Secretary.
Dr. Osman, advisor to the economic advisor to the president.
Fantastic. Okay, well, now the man himself, President Bihi, welcome to the podium. We're looking forward to your opening remarks, and then we'll have discussion and questions and answers from the audience.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Speakers, the rule at GW, if you can take your masks off.
I want to extend my appreciation to the George Washington University, the Elliott School of International Affairs, and Jennifer Cook, the director of the Institute for African Studies, for inviting me to this today. As a top research university in the nation's capital, the George Washington University is educating the next generation of American leaders. It is therefore a great pleasure and honor to me and to my delegation to speak to you all about Somaliland and the future of our region, home of Africa. I'm also happy to be speaking today, and my delegation is here today, a university named after the great leader of America's effort to gain independence and international recognition from the international community. Somaliland today also enjoys independence, but continues to work towards recognition that was vital in America's success as a young nation. Somaliland. Somaliland is a country in the Horn of Africa. Somaliland is a former British colony, protectorate. It is international borders. Somaliland gained its independence on 26 June 1960, and in 5 days voluntarily made a union with Somalia, which was Italian colony. Somaliland's population is 4.5 million. Area of Somaliland is 167,200 square kilometers. 167,200 kilometers. Height of the Republic of Somalia. Multi-vertical park. Presidential. 2 chambers of parliamentary system. House of Representatives and the House of Lords, or what we call the House of Commons. 6 elections, freely contested with 1 man and 1 vote. Fulfills all the requirements of a sovereign state, but unluckily, till today, not recognized by the international community. Somaliland is a peaceful country. In the last 33 years, there were only 2 events of police attacks in Somaliland. One was in 2008. It was an explosion in 2 offices in Hargeisa. The other one, it was 2004, with the attack in a secondary school, and they killed 2 teachers of UK citizens. And we're very sorry about it. Stable. We are the guardians of the Red Coast from the extremists. As you know, in the Horn of Africa, there are a lot of extremist activities, Al-Shabaab, ICS, and others. We have a coast 740 kilometers, 840 kilometers. For the last 33 years, no piracy in our coasts, on our sea. No Al-Shabaab activities. It was very safe. And our people and our armed forces and security departments, with meager budgets, we have succeeded to make the Red Sea of Somaliland, especially the Gulf of Aden, to be secure for the last 33 years. And that security is for all the world. Our neighbors first, Ethiopia, Djibouti, hinterland African countries like Uganda, Kenya, and all the way to America and to Europe. We save our part of the world. Somaliland achieved for the last 33 years to rebuild its cities and its institutions of the government. I think you cannot imagine what we have experienced. Our government, the army, we paid with our taxpayers' money. The aircrafts, jet fighters, the artillery, and the tanks bombarded all our cities in 1988. The capital was reduced at zero, the same as second capital, Borough, and most of our cities were reduced to zero. Then we liberated our country without any government institutions, no police station, no jails, no security apparatus, no hospitals. So we started from zero ground. But after 33 years, we have built all our cities. Most of them are booming today, and we have succeeded to rebuild all the departments of the governments, not only governments, democratic, with 6 elections for the last 22 years, without any help from any government. We have small assistance from the NGOs. So, we rebuilt educational departments, and today we have built over 1,000 schools in our regions. And in every region, 6 regions, every region built a university. We rebuilt healthcare and health departments, over 400 healthcare centers, hospitals, in the countries of Somaliland is proud of that. It's a liberal free market, absolutely free market of economy. 90% of our GDP is in the hands of the business people in the market. GDP of Somaliland is 3 billion in the year 2021. International trade, 1.6 billion in the year 2020. International investors, DB Well, support for the first phase, $400 million. And now this year they will start the second phase of $600 million. ADDF, Coca-Cola, General Energy, CBS of Taiwan, which is exploring an oil in our country. Finance public services from domestic taxes, only for our domestic taxes. No budget support from wherever. No budget efficient. No external debt. We are safe of debt. We are built with all our institutions, hospitals, schools, infrastructure, with only our home domestic taxes. International relations. We have representatives in 28 countries, all over the world. Consulates in Hargeisa are from Kenya, from Djibouti, Ethiopia, United Arab Emirates, Taiwan.